Hello and welcome to Match Fishing Masterclass. I'm Dave Brown from Preston Innovations and I've brought you to the wonderful Monkhall Fishery on Larkpool. Right, we're going to start off dobbing some bread around the peg, see what's about, and then we'll switch to pellets and have a look on that, and then we'll end up hopefully catching some fish on maggots. So I said I'd start on the dobbing rig, so I'm going to show you that now. First of all, it's got 9-holler elastic connected to 018 AccuPower, and then the float is the Desshik Commercial Slim in a 4x10 F1 pellet. The thing I like about these floats is they sit really quick when you've got all the shot pushed right under the float. And then there's a couple of droppers along the length of the rig down to an 010 AccuPower hook length and a size 16 SFLB hook. Right, I'm going to start out right in front of me. I'm about a foot off the bottom there. We'll just see what happens. I won't spend too long on any line. Give it probably 10, 20, 30 seconds and I'll be moving it a bit. Just keep working along the peg, trying to find some fish. Okay, I found my first fish. It took about 5 or 10 minutes to locate some signs. Looks like we've got a nice little chub here to get us off the mark. We'll go back to that same area now and see if we can find any more. We've been dobbing in front of us for a while now and there doesn't seem to be that much about, so don't be afraid to pick your rig up and drop it somewhere else. You've just got to keep moving around the peg trying to find some fish. You'll know when you find them. Never leave the rig too long in an area either, because you're just wasting time. If they're there, you'll have them pretty quick. No indications there again. Don't want to be sitting there too long wasting time. Sometimes you might just have to push your rig right into the grasses. I could be sitting hiding in there. Right, so I've come around, I've worked along the right hand side of the peg now, and I'm almost at the extreme of how far I want to be going, and there's not a lot happening, to be fair. So I'm going to pick up the deep water dobbing rig and have a look on that next, because it doesn't seem like they want to be in shallower water, or any numbers of them anyway. Right, I've had a dob around in the shallower water. It hasn't been brilliant, to be honest. I've had a couple of chub, but there just doesn't seem to be that many fish around in the shallower water. So next option is I'm going to try the deep dobbing rig, which is virtually identical to the shallow water one, but it's got more line on it. For dobbing on the pole, I use the 6mm punch. It's big enough for anything to get in the mouth, really. So as I add them chub to my left, I'm going to start just short of that with a deeper rig and see if there's anything just hanging around in the deeper water. See that float, it sits really quick, but then the line, you can see it's still sinking, it takes its time, it's nice and slow fall. The deep water rig is exactly the same as the shallow one. It's just got more line on it, obviously. The float sits really quick, but then your rig will take a good while to settle as that bread's falling through the water, hopefully attracting something on its way down. So that's nearly settled now, that is. Nothing there. So we'll go a bit further and do the same process again. And watch the rig really slowly falling through the water. If there's anything there, they won't be able to resist that. Doing this type of fishing, searching around the peg for fish, means you've got to have, it helps to have a nice stiff pole and light, because you could be spending a lot of time doing this. Spend a few hours holding the pole at this kind of length. It does help. The XS90 is brilliant for that. If I don't want to be caught, they'll just back off from you this time of year. And just go out of reach. I hope there's one just rolled there. Let's have a look, see if he'll, see if there's one there with him. See if he's interested. Well, now there's definitely a fish there. I saw him. Being persistent with the bread, we've managed to find our first carp. I've actually found him on the far bottom of the far shelf, so I'm going to go back there and see if I can find another one. Because usually this time of year, where you find one, you'll find some more. So let's go and have a look. Just tighten that elastic a little tiny bit. Go and have a look again. Swing it round. Flick it in. Oh, let's have a look at that there. So we managed to find a carp just in the area of the bottom of the shelf, but obviously off the deck. So I'm sitting there somewhere. I've just got to try and find where they've moved to after each fish you've caught. And just keep picking your rig up, putting it down. Oh, there was one there. Something was there. I might have to shallow that rig up a bit more if there's any number of fish there. No. Pick it up, put it back down. this way a bit. See if they'll move that way a touch. Try that. Come on. Right, that's it. I've had enough of dobbing bread. Let's feed some bait. See if we can catch some that way. I'll put this rig down and pick up a pellet rig. Right, so the dobbing has clearly not been very good, so it's time to start putting some feed in. I'm going to start in deep water with the pellet. The rig was Dura 8s, a 4x14 F1 pellet float on our 18 main line, straight down to a very tightly strung bulk, 010 bottom and a size 16 SFLB. And what I'll be doing is I'll be putting a small amount of micros in, and I'll be going through corn, maggots, pellets and possibly bread hook baits over the top of the pellets. We'll see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to start on a 4mm Pro expander and putting a tiny amount of micros in. Little tiny ball of micros. We'll see how that goes. So I've picked a nice flat spot over just at the bottom of the far shelf. We're using that box over there as a marker. Tap that in, pick the rig up and let it drop down nice and straight. As it straightens up, you can lower it in. And then we're fishing. See how long this takes. Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 feeds to make anything happen. So I'll give this a few, not too long, but a few minutes to see if anything has a look. And we'll come back and put a little bit more in. That was a dink. That was a dink. Something had a look. Let's try that. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna, it's a little ball of pellets. Yeah, look, plopped it in. Pick the rig up. Let it go in nice and straight over the top of your feed. Let it straighten out. Lower it down slowly. Once it's straight, drop your rig in, and there you're fishing. See how long that takes. Of course, if the pellet doesn't work, I should try maggots. I might try bread first. Bread usually pulls bites when you're struggling on pellets. Good method here at Monkhall. I'll give this a few minutes first, see what happens. Hey, there we go, we've got a bite. It's only a small fish by the looks. Right, it's the second feed in. We've had a fish. Beautiful little F one. So it looks like the fish want to feed a bit today. So hopefully now we'll go on and catch a few. Same process again. Formal expander. A little nugget of micros. And back out. Right, we've had that bite. Still proving a bit difficult to catch. So I'm going to come back in a minute and try a piece of bread on the hook. If this doesn't go. I'll give it another minute or so. Oh, I might have been a little touch then. No. Pick it up and reset it. Alright, I'm going to bring you back and put some bread on. See if that makes a difference. So again, 6mm punch. A little tiny bun nugget of pellets. Not squeezed too tight. So as it breaks up near the bottom. Let's try that. When you've got your roller set right, you ain't got to look behind you either. It just keeps you keeping an eye on your pot so you don't bounce anything out. Straight over where you're fishing. Plop it in. Pick your rig up. And get it in there straight. Once it's straightened up, it's quite deep there. Once it's straightened up, let it in. Alright then, let's see what happens with that. See if that can tempt something. Ooh, that went straight down the hole, missed it. The bread's taking on water, he's pulled my float under. Just about to see it still, so I'll add some grease to it next time I come back. It's obviously odd fish around. So it might be worth switching to a maggot and trying that. Come on. Something there. No, I don't want the bread either. I've had to bring my flout back, put a little tiny bit of grease on the tip because I'm really struggling to see it. I'm getting old now. My eyes ain't as good as they used to be. Hopefully that'll just be enough. Now, tip a few maggots in. That's better, I can see it now. I just need it to go under. Oh, that's much better, I can see it properly now. It's a patience game today. Not exactly throwing themselves on the hook. It's not surprising really, the conditions we've been having this last week. But there are a few about. Okay, there's a few fish here now. Another nice little left one. Perfectly in the middle of the top lip. I'll repeat the process. 2 reds. Six maggots-ish. I'll just drop one out there then. Dunk. There we go. I've reset the trap. Oh, that was a quick bite. That was on the drop. Not good when you miss them though. I'm fishing again. Ooh. Little bugger. Proper finicky they are today. Very finicky. There you go, there's one. Feels like that might be a little bit better as well. Beautiful. That's a nice fish. He's over £2 easy. Can't pick him up. I'll give him a minute. Right, I've switched from pellets to maggots and I seem to be getting a few more indications now. So I think this is the way forward. I might need to start up another line to rest one while I'm fishing the other. Just the bite still ain't frantic. But at least there is some signs of things happening. Pick the rig up, reset it, see if I take it. Sometimes it's worth just picking the rig up and relaying it in, so I can follow the bait down. And that'll bring you a bite sometimes. I never inspired nothing. There you go, there's one. Oh, he's a Rhodian. He's a fit little fish. He's only little as well. He's foul hooked. He's in the wing. Couple more maggots on the hook. I always hook mine upside down as well now. I used to top and tail them, but I think I prefer it this way, leaving more points exposed. Another 6 maggots. Lay the rig in. Reset the trap. there's a few fish here now. So as we're coming to an end, I want to start throwing some maggots out my hand and try and catch some under my feet. Well, top 2 and 2. As well as this line going. If I was in a match, I'd have probably already started doing this. And I'd have had more than one line in this depth. So as I could rest the line as I'm catching, to keep on catching I should say. So I'm going to start throwing some maggots out there and go back out there. It's starting to get a bit busier now. I've upped the feed on this line as well. Probably putting about twice as many maggots in, about 12. There seems to be a few more fish there now. And it's getting good. Right, it's that cold now, I've had to put my Celsius fleece on. Right, lay the rig out straight and let it come back on itself. That's good when there's a shelf on your peg as well, so as you're coming into the shelf. And once it's settled, give it a few maggots. Double feeding. If I was getting pestered by silvers, I'd switch that to feeding it by a pot. Try it that way. It's not happening. Hopefully there'll be one there waiting for me. before I came off that long line to give the short line a go, I put a pot of about 15-20 maggots in, just to keep it ticking over while I'm away from it, which usually keeps the few fish there interested and helps build for the next time you go on it. Beautiful. Right, we're going to call that the last fish of the day. I hope you've enjoyed watching Match Fishing Masterclass. See you on the bag soon.